Hey everyone, and welcome! We're diving into the world of AI art today, and let me tell you, this one's got layers.
It really does.
We're gonna unpack an artist who's using AI in a super intriguing way. I mean, we're talking robots, actual robots creating art, and the results are, well...
Striking, to say the
Yes,
least.
exactly. We've got a YouTube clip, little snippet of their work in action, plus a bit about the artist themselves, and oh boy, their artistic statement is something else. Ready to jump in?
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right, so this YouTube clip, it shows a pen plotter, you know, those robotic arms that draw with pen and ink, like super precise and detailed.
I've seen those. Mesmerizing to watch, honestly.
Right, so this one's drawing this intricate cityscape, buildings and everything, and there's this voiceover that says, if I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. Got me hooked right away.
New York, huh? Bold choice.
And the boldness continues when you look at the artist's background. Swedish, based in London, lists influences like Frida Kahlo and Christopher Wool talk about range.
An eclectic mix, for sure.
Totally. But here's the real kicker. They're using AI to generate the images that the pen plotter then brings to life.
That's where things get really interesting. You've got this collision of cutting-edge technology and traditional art making really gets you thinking about what it means to be an artist in the digital age, which, frankly, is a conversation that's blowing up right now.
Yeah, no kidding. Everyone's got an opinion on AI art.
Exactly. And then you've got this whole other movement, kind of a resurgence of interest in these analog techniques, pen plotting, printmaking, things like that.
Yeah.
Almost a reaction against how digital everything's become. And this artist is right there in the middle of it all, bridging that gap.
Bridging the gap, love that. Okay, but then their self-description, get this, pretentious, but also on a sublime mission.
What?
Gotta admit, I chuckled when I read that.
Yeah, there's definitely some tongue-in-cheek humor there. But, you know, artists often use these bold statements partly to get your attention, but also to make you think.
It's working.
Right. Like, can something be both ironic and sincere? Can you playfully poke fun at yourself while also being deeply serious about your art? I think this artist wants us to ask those questions.
I like that. Okay, and the questions keep coming because their artist statement, oh boy. They talk about creating original pen drawings nobody knew they needed on their walls.
Ambitious, much.
And wanting to better the world through design. Okay, so is this grand artistic vision or just really, really good marketing? What do you think?
You know, it's probably a little bit of both. But honestly, I think looking at the art itself can give us some clues. Remember that cityscape from the YouTube clip? The way the lines create the buildings, the light and shadow. It hints at a certain grandeur, even maybe a little social commentary, which makes sense if you think about their influences.
Yeah.
Frida Kahlo's work often explored personal and political themes, and then you've got Christopher Wool, who uses text and graphics in this really impactful way.
You're right. It's not just about the AI. It's about the message, the feeling it evokes. Okay, so let's put it all together. I've got AI, robots, old school art techniques, a sprinkle of I'm fancy humor. What's the takeaway here? If someone's checking out this artist's work, what do they need to know?
I think this artist is really making us rethink what art can be in the age of AI. You've got this tension between human creativity and machine-made precision. And then layering on these seemingly contradictory elements, the high-tech and the handcrafted, the humor and the ambition, it forces you to engage on a different level.
I like that. Forces you to engage.
It's not just about admiring a pretty picture, right?
Yeah.
It's about having this conversation, asking yourself what you value in art, where it comes from, all of that.
This deep dive has been full of twists and turns, that's for sure. But I think that's kind of the point, right? It makes you think, maybe even question, how much does knowing about the AI change how you see the art? Would you feel differently if it was all human-made? Plenty to ponder there, and that's what makes exploring this whole world so fascinating.